So then what about Temescal? Because I mean, again, growing up in Oakland, I grew up in West Oakland, but went to all North Oakland schools.
Yeah.
Like to see the transformation and just stretch of Telegraph is like.
I didn't even know this was called Temescal, man.
No, it's not. That's the whole thing. That's what I'm trying to.
I grew up. We call this the North Pole.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out Mr. Fat Man.
Yeah, polar bear, not a polar square. That's what they used to say.
I'm saying. I mean, but just that transformation. How is when you're sitting down having those conversations, talking to Ryan, because you get to have personal conversations with your coworkers that, again, they may not be comfortable having a conversation with outside of these walls because people may take it a certain way, or they say, "Oh, you're not sensitive to the conversation." Do y'all look at that on how to bring in other people in here, people of color, especially being a brand ambassador? They see you
absolutely
and see what you listen to, how you dress, whatever the case may be,
absolutely.
your cadences. Do you guys have those conversations, and they're open to making those transitions to get more people in here? Because it's just mean more money, more revenue, in my perspective. But
well, I'm super fortunate and blessed to work with a group of people that I feel are really generous about that, or like it comes from not just a place of guilt or anything. It comes from like a solid place.
I got you.
You know, like from the time that I came in, that was one of the things that I said during my interview when Kai interviewed me. He's like, why should we hire you? And I'm like, I'm from here. I'm a local guy. Yeah. I'm a person of color. I didn't hold back. I didn't give them like this corporate response, like kept it real. And those conversations didn't just start coming up now because so many other breweries are doing it. We've had those conversations way early on.
Gotcha.
And it wasn't awkward. And it's starting to happen more now everywhere. But we've always had those conversations, about diversity, especially because we're a queer-focused brewery.
Gotcha.
So us being open to people that represent
LGBTQI,
right, in different cultures, we've really tried to push for that. We tried to be like the people that are always pushing for that, And other breweries, I'm not gonna mention who because I don't know if they want me speaking for them, have asked us for advice, have had private talks and conversations, and conversations where they invited other breweries to sit in. Because they were like, how do we do this? So I'm super proud of that because I can honestly say it's not a conversation that we just started having. No, we've been doing this.
Now how can, because the way that you said you and T.O. talked prior to approaching, say, I don't know if Ryan was still the head brewer at the time or just
he wasn't. It was Mike.
Okay, or shout out Mike, or just the ownership, the head brewers at the time, like. Why did that take so long to have like almost a year conversation? Was it because T.O. and Benny were just getting started, or maybe they did a collab there, or is it just more so how to approach it to make it seem where it was like this is something real and this is what we're doing as a brewery? Because
at first it started off as a talk of what we should do, and then we were always kind of we never talked consistently about it. It was like a month here, there, we should do this. That's a good idea, and then another person that worked here, his name is John, who, beautiful story, started off working as a part-time bartender, was super passionate about brewing, ended up working in Back of House.
Okay. For Back of House, for people, that means the actual brewery where you make things happen, the magic.
And he had no brewery, he didn't have any experience Back of House. So when that opportunity opened up, he was given it, and he was like, for Beer Week, we should do something about inclusion, about people of color. Can we do it? And I was like, yeah, we can do something. I talked to T.O., and me and T.O. already had like certain things mapped out. So when I presented it, it was like we were in motion with it. And
opportunity meets preparation, and we call it luck.
What we wanted to do for Beer Week is like not do just the traditional IPA release, this and that. We wanted to do something that was like really community based, and we had that panel discussion about diversity in beer. And for us to do that during Beer Week was saying something really loud about what we represent here.
Major. Now has Temescal done a Black is Beautiful?
We have not.
Okay. And so is that something that looking and doing, something that you mentioned too? Because I know Weather Souls, a lot of breweries didn't do it. And, you know, let's be honest, a lot of breweries didn't do it at the time, because when you're saying give 100% proceeds to whatever organization, a lot of breweries don't know organization. Hell, a lot of black people don't even know the organizations that's in the black community that's helping out black folks. So is that a reason why? Or
there is a reason why.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna speak for that person. When asked about it, and what I was told, it came from a very understanding place. It wasn't that people didn't want to be involved. It was actually we could talk about it off camera.
I got you.
Okay. But as far as like us not being part of it, if there was anyone who's like doubting like our role or how we feel about something, all they have to do is go back and check the history of the brewery.
Exactly.
You know, and yeah, that's all I can say. I can't speak for the person who gave me
the insight.
Reason why.
I got you.
But
totally loud.
But it's not a no. Okay. I will say that it's not a no. It's just at the time when before all the breweries jumped on,
right?
It was not a no, but it wasn't a yes. It was, we need to take some things into, we want to make sure that there's not other people doing it just for
the clout
marketing,
exactly,
right, or like to do this.
And that's what I'm and I want to bring that up too.
And really that's, like I said, I can't say too much because I don't want to speak for that person. Right. But when it was broken down to me and I seen a couple other breweries that were doing it, and I kind of shook my head like, you know what I mean?